Welcome, everyone, to the always awesome After the Impact, starring everybody. Welcome to the show. We are here tonight to do our After the Impact show, but it is a special version of After the Impact because we have a pay-per-view on Saturday. Sacrifice is upon us in just 2 days. So we are going to go round table and do our predictions tonight instead of the usual After the Impact stuff. So those that are here with please feel free to give your predictions as well as we go along. And we'll start really quickly by, of course, wrapping up this go-home show. So give us your scores. What did you think of tonight's go-home show? Let us know what your score of is tonight's show, and we'll go round table and do the same. So I'll start with Jeff in the square to my right. Jeff, what did you think of tonight's show?
Thought it was a great go-home show. A lot of good stuff happening. Azan brings up a good point. I'm kind of sad we didn't get Alex Shelley.
Yeah.
I thought that he would be there, but it's all good. That main event was crazy as hell.
Yeah, it was.
That's for sure. But I will go with the 8.5 for tonight. I thought it was a good show. And I'm excited for Saturday.
Yeah. Sacrifice is going to be a fun show. That sounds fair. I think I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5 as well. From start to finish was a good show. The Eddie Edwards thing at the beginning with Macklin was crazy, which turned into even more craziness when all the teams came down, and then we got an impromptu match, which turned out to actually be a pretty good match with Heath and Vincent. So definitely some good stuff going on with that. And then of course we had some promos in the back. We got Deanna, of course, with another challenge upcoming from whoever is going to end up winning that match. And we had Mickie James and the Chelsea thing continuing there. Chelsea lost. Mickie, she did tell Mickie not to help her. She certainly didn't. Don't know if that'll come kind of back to haunt her, though. Tasha Steelz gets a rematch at Sacrifice on Saturday. So lots of stuff going on. And yes, the crazy finish with the Bullet Club and the Good Brothers and GOD as well. And of course, Violent by Design. That it was just a crazy mess of stuff going on with that. So I'm going to say 8.5 too. It was an enjoyable show and good stuff tonight. Scott D'Amore also came down and just, wreaked havoc and said, all right, everybody just fight, because obviously this isn't going to be anything good. So, all right. Tazzy, what'd you think of tonight's show?
The psychology in the ring was like awesome today. It's like it was actually great, honestly, because I like when you see like when you're you see him in the ring and you see the emotions in the ring, like, oh man, I should have had him or something like that. You see it in all the matches today, even though we really didn't get too many matches today, but heck with it. It was a great show. Storyline wise, everything made sense to get ready for Saturday. I like when Impact does that. When they actually have the storylines go towards a pay-per-view, unlike some other promotions.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
The promotion up north. Anyway, great show. Man, that ending, the main event, I love. It's quote unquote called a Texas Tornado match, where you just like everybody in the ring, you just go at it, and you add a no DQ to that. It's insane. It reminds me of the old ECW days.
Okay.
Memories.
But that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it an 8.5 as well.
Okay, fair enough. Heather says, I'm back, like Eric Bischoff. I'm back. Good show. 8.5. Would have scored higher, but once again, blame Eddie Edwards. Damn, no Alex Shelley tonight. Yep. I give Impact a 9 out of 10. Great show. Love the Bullet Club and GOD. No DQ match plus Mickey looked amazing tonight. Chad Schrader says podcast is always 10 out of 10. Thank you, Chad. Wally says 9.5. Azan says 8 out of 10. I wish Alex Shelley was there. 9 out of 10. Solid show. So the Coug. Yes, Jeff and I have 8.5. Says Heather. 8. Woohoo. 9 out of 10, said J-Hub. I don't like Giselle Shaw. I get Charlotte vibes. I don't get Charlotte vibes. I get Carmella vibes from her. A little more Carmella, I think, than Charlotte. Very full of herself. And that's kind of how Carmella always has been. James Grant says 8 out of 10. Josh is listed on the New Japan roster. Interesting. 9.5 says Wally. You can watch all that ECW on Peacock. James Chadwick says 9 out of 10. Conrad, what did you think of tonight's show, man?
I thought it was a solid show. I'm going to go with James Grant here. I'm going to go 8 out of 10. They built towards the pay-per-view. They did well. They did everything they were supposed to do. I'm just being tough to be tough. Always room for improvement. But I like where things are heading right now. We're in a good direction.
Okay. All right. So that said, everybody got their scores in. So we are going to start predictions. So let's get to it. I know, of course, they threw matches in there like they always do. So there will be a couple that we don't have graphics for, and there's nothing we can do about that because they get announced right beforehand. So we will start, I'm assuming, with those, Jeff?
Yes.
All right.
Let me go ahead and just play this. This is what I think. So we'll start.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, thank you, Impact.
You would think that, after they took our name, that they could just throw us a bone, when that really that trips my trigger whenever I go into that and I start the YouTube stream and I see everybody in there. Hello insiders. I'm like, damn it. You took our damn name. So yes. Azan saying breaking news. What is breaking news, Azan? What is breaking news? Checked Impact's Twitter. Okay. We'll check Impact's Twitter.
Everyone pulls out their phones.
Yeah. What's going on Impact's Twitter? Impact's Twitter is right here. And what does it say? Breaking. Impact Wrestling presents Multiverse of Matches Friday, April 1st from WrestleCon, featuring Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers versus the Briscoes.
Oh.
You could have put ROH Tag Champs.
Yeah, they
S spaces. That's fine.
At Ring of Honor. More info, impactwrestling.com, tickets, highspotslive.com/products/Impact Wrestling. So multiverse of matches. Well, that's a little play on Doctor Strange. It even looks like the Doctor Strange poster. Oh my gosh.
Let it rock. I'm with it.
Okay. All right. Multiverse of I wonder if this is going to be, is this just live stuff? Oh yeah, it's at WrestleCon. Okay. Yeah, WrestleCon in Dallas. That's a show that Bray is at, I think, too, isn't it?
There's a bunch of people confirmed too in the press release. Deanna, Cardona, Chelsea Green, Ace Austin, Eric Young, Jordan Grace, RHINO, Rich Swann, Steve Macklin, and Tasha Steelz, among others.
Damn. They need to I wonder if that'll be televised. Or if
wait, time out. Boys. IPWF is going to be the second show.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Bill Ding is back in the house. DJ Too Large, Sex Ferguson, Chad Too Bad, Larry Bird Johnson.
No way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Larry Bird. Lady Bird Johnson. Jordan Cobb, Razor.
Oh man, this thing should be shown somewhere. Damn it. Is that WrestleMania? No,
that's the weekend of it though.
Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Dude, everybody in wrestling is having a party for WrestleMania. Ric Flair's doing some kind of big thing. He's got some big thing going on down there. Like everybody's having a party for WrestleMania. That's insane. This should really be televised though. They should have this on somewhere. That would be amazing. Well, we'll see. More info at impactwrestling.com. Let's see if you click there. Impact delivers back-to-back shows on at WrestleCon on April 1st, starting at 9. Fans buying one ticket will receive admission to both. The late night retro style IPWF. Impact will make a splash at Dallas. Back-to-back shows starting at 9 at the Fairmont Hotel. Round 2 of Impact WrestleCon Extravaganza set to start at midnight. Wow, at midnight. Featuring return of the popular flashback Impact Provincial Wrestling Federation. Impact show will feature all of the Impact superstars, such as Impact champion Moose, Knockouts World Champion Mickie James, X Division Champion Trey Miguel, and many others. The Good Brothers are also confirmed. In conjunction, confirmed for the match. Yeah, there you go. Conrad read all those. Ace Austin, Rich Swann, Steve Macklin, Tasha Steelz. Second show will feature the IPWF stars. Bill Ding, Trey Miguel, DJ Too Large, Moose, Sex Ferguson, Doc Gallows, Chad Too Bad, Carl Anderson, Lady Bird Johnson, Havoc, Georgia Cobb, Jordan Grace, Rip Razor, Ace Austin, Jazzy Fitbody, Madison Rain, and many others. WrestleCon is one of the biggest events of the wrestling year. Every year, we're proud to be a part of it, said Scott D'Amore. We are doubly proud this year. Impact will hold meet and greets as well. Oh, man, that really needs to be streamed. Somebody has to... that should be on somewhere, man. I doubt they will, but that sucks. Wish I lived near there. All right. Anywho, well, that was certainly breaking news. So there you go. That is huge, James Chadwick. I agree. All right. Well, let's get into it, Jeff. What's our first match that we are going to do prediction for?
Well, we just mentioned Giselle Shaw, so let's do that one first. Giselle versus Lady Frost.
Okay. Of course, for the right to take on Deonna Purrazzo, Giselle, the newcomer, versus Lady Frost. Who do you have? Chat, let us know. I will start, and I'm going to say Giselle Shaw wins this. I love Lady Frost. However, I think it really kind of looks like Giselle is getting pushed right away, and she had that little interaction tonight with Deonna Purrazzo as well. So I am thinking that it will be Giselle Shaw that wins that match. Tazzy, what do you think?
I'm gonna say Lady Frost out of that.
Okay.
I'm like, why not? Why not do something a little different? I mean, I don't know. I just had that. I had that huge feeling to be Lady Frost.
Okay. All right. Conrad, what about you?
I'm going to go with Giselle Shaw as well. Reverse grandma glasses, just because that just seems like what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of seems that they're going to, Zahn thinks it'll be on Impact Plus. Well, wow. Oh my God. How would we even do that? If that was on Impact Plus and that starts at midnight? So that's midnight Central. Oh my God, dude, that'd be like it's like 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Your stream before that could be for coffee. You
think, damn, and I'm sure I have to work the next damn day because what is that? Is that a Saturday?
It's a Saturday, yeah.
Oh my God. It's been a take one for the team for that one. Wow, we'll have to keep our eyes on that. It's gonna be a late night, apparently. Okay, let's see. Azan says Giselle, and Heather says Lady Frost, please. Steve G says Frost. Giselle reminds me of Eva Marie in more ways than one. Let's see. Jeff, what do you think's gonna win?
Give me Giselle here. I think she'll win. I think they're gonna continue her rise up the ranks of the knockouts division.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Just with the way that they're pushing her, I kind of think that that's going to be the case. All right, what's next?
The champ challenge with Deonna.
And of course, that leads right into that. So those of you who you picked, going up against Deonna, the question is, do you think there's a chance that either one of them, whether it's Giselle or Lady Frost, beats Deonna and takes one of those titles from her? Now remember, you have the whole factoring in thing of ROH being bought, and at some point they're probably going to want their women's title back. So could that be lost this coming week? We will see. This coming Saturday, we will see. But start with Conrad. Conrad, does anyone win? Does anyone else win other than Deonna Purrazzo?
I don't even have to say another word. Deanna Purrazzo for the dub.
Yeah. Yeah. I will agree with Conrad as well. I'm going with Deanna also. I think she'll just continue to carry those two belts until they decide that they want to do something else with one of them. Tazzy, go ahead.
I'm not going against no Deanna. Deanna not happening.
Yep. Yep. Steve G says Purrazzo. Let's see. I'm picking Giselle Shaw to beat Deanna. Wow. Okay, Sean. Deanna retains, says Heather. I'm hoping Lady Frost will win her match and beat her for one of her belts. Deanna will retain. DeCook says no. Deanna retains. She has Taya waiting for her in AAA. Let's see. Purrazzo, Deanna. Yeah, I think pretty much it. Jeff, I'm sure you're probably going with Deanna as well.
Yeah.
Just a hunch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So what is next?
All right. So now for the actual graphics.
Hey!
Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack.
Now, this one is on what will be the pre-show. So this one will be on before Sacrifice begins. So we have Honor No More going up against Impact Wrestling in this one, of course. This has been a feud going on for a while. So who wins? We'll start this time with Jeff. Jeff, Taven and Bennett from Honor No More, or do we get a win for Impact Wrestling?
I feel like Impact needs a win. I don't know if it's coming here, but I feel like they need a win. I think give me Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I'm gonna say they pick up the win.
I think I'm going to agree with you here. Because we've seen Honor No More kind of beating them at every angle here so far. So you know what, Willie and Rich kind of seem like they might need a win too as a team. So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Rich Swann and Willie Mack here. Conrad, what do you think?
I'm thinking the same thing Jeff said. Impact's been kind of taking a beating lately from these guys, and I think they need a dub. And I think Swann and Mack can give them that little uplift that they need to prove that they're good.
Okay. All right. Tazzy, what you thinking?
Not only is Willie Mack going to stay up, he's going to stay awake. He actually is going to help them win. He actually going to have the pinfall for this match.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, there you go. That would get Impact on a roll heading into the show. All right. Sounds good. Team Willie and Rich says the Coug. Swann and Mack says Wes Herron. OGK says James Chadwick. OGK all the way says is on white. If Willie Mack has a Red Bull before the match, then I'm picking Willie Mack and Rich Swann. Rich Swann and Big Willie Mack says Chad. Honor No More is going to win, says Wally. Hey, Jen, how are you? TNA Impact says Brandon Lewis. All right. What do we have next?
Eddie Edwards versus RHINO.
Well, as much as I'd love to say that Impact's streak will continue here, if they do indeed win that one, I can't bet against Eddie Edwards in this match. I think, RHINO's at a point, I think, in his career where he's basically he can still always give anybody a good matchup, and this will be just a fight, I'm sure, for most of it. But I'm going to go with Eddie here, especially since he's, relatively new to Honor No More, and he's going to keep being a thorn in the side of Impact until a certain Mr. Callahan makes his way back and gets involved with him again, but both on opposite sides this time. So I'm going to go with Eddie Edwards for the win here. And I will jump to Tazzy. Tazzy, what do you think?
You literally read my mind on that, by the way. Yeah. Expect Callahan 80 times. I can't wait. Yeah. I'm so excited. But I can't go against Eddie, man. You know how you guys are. You know how I feel about Eddie. So don't get me wrong, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a brutal match. Expect redness in the face in this match because they're not going to do any kind of wrestling in this match. So Eddie Edwards.
Okay. Wally agrees. Eddie Edwards. Heather says RHINO, I hope. Steve G says Edwards landslide. Wes says Edwards. Chad says Edwards. Brandon says RHINO. Coop says I want RHINO, but Eddie, that dastardly heel, will win. Eddie Edwards will win, and I see this as a build-up to Eddie coming after Moose and a world title. That'd be weird. Okay. Eddie wins. He needs to win. My cousin from Boston for the win, says Azan. All right, Conrad, who do you think?
I'm going to pick RHINO for the win as
Wow.
well for this one. But RHINO's going to win by disqualification, I think. I think RHINO is going to be taken out of this in a way to where he might need some help. And I think that eventually this is going to lead to Impact being a man down. Sami Callihan can fill that void. So give me RHINO for the win.
Okay. All right. Very good. And Jeff, go ahead, man. What do you think?
Darn you, Conrad.
Ah!
I was gonna say I think RHINO wins by DQ.
Okay.
Same reasons.
All right. I wonder how close Sammy is to coming back. I mean, I keep waiting for that little sound effect that he has when he enters the ring to happen. So, I mean, is this the week? Does he make it back this week? We'll see. We'll see. All right. Very cool. What's next?
Battle of the big men.
Cool.
Jonah versus PCO.
It's a slobber knocker. We got a little bit of this tonight. Jonah and PCO. So the two big men, the two monsters going at it. Like I said, we saw a little bit of this. Looked like Jonah really did everything. He used almost everything in his arsenal, really. And PCO just got right back up, did not stay down. So Jonah looked a little shocked, kind of went wide-eyed before he left that ring. So this could be a really, really interesting, just a fight between these two guys. Man, this is a tough one to call. Conrad, what are you thinking?
Big, meaty men slapping meat. I don't care who wins this match. I just want to see them fight.
Yes.
I say give Jonah the win. I don't think it's going to hurt PCO at all, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. I think this is just going to be a great match to showcase what these two can do. So, yeah, I see Jonah getting the W here.
Okay. All right. Jeff, what about you?
Give me Jonah for the win here. I think it's going to be. I'm just looking to see what crazy stuff PCO does. That's why I'm here. I just want to see what he does. That's crazy. But I think Jonah's going to win.
Okay. Chad says Jonah. Heather says PCO. Steve says PCO. Could Sammy return as sacrifice, or is it a bit too soon? Azan says Jonah. Wally says Jonah. Wes says PCO. James Grant says Jonah's going to splash on him and win. I think they're building up Jonah for Moose. Damn, this is damn tough to pick. Damn you, Impact. I'm going Jonah. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you guys. I think I'm going to pick Jonah here, but it's going to be this is going to be just a brawl between these two big dudes. So yeah, I'm going to go with Jonah here, and we'll see where this goes. Man, I mean, maybe they even have a rematch down the road as well. FIKIS says Jonah. TNA YouTube poll, Jonah says Brandon. All right, Tazzy, what are you thinking?
Like I said before, this is Fisherman's wet dream right now. I can't go against Jonah, man. I think he's up for the rise. He's up for the rise, and it needs somebody that needs to get up there. Granted, he's doing heelish things, but I think he could be an in-betweener and go for the Impact title in the future.
All right. What's next, Jeff?
All right, so this should be a good one. Jay White against Alex Shelley.
Man, this is insane. When we first saw this match, you saw this was announced on Impact's Twitter. I was stunned. I mean, we have not heard anything about Alex Shelley since before COVID. He had been gone. No one knew what happened. No one knew what was going on or anything like that. So all of a sudden to have him come back and go right into a match with Jay White, of all people, it's pretty awesome. So, man, I don't know. Who do you got, Tazzy?
Oh, man. I'm just going to do the Russian roulette way. I'll flip a coin. I don't see Jay White like getting pinned for some strange reason. I don't know why, but at the same time, you got Alex coming back. Like, do you really want him to lose right away? It's kind of like Okay, I'll go Jay White. I'll go Jay White.
I'm gonna say there's gonna be some shenanigans here. Don't forget, one of the guys fighting for Impact Wrestling is Alex's former tag team partner. So I think we may get an appearance from Chris Sabin maybe at some point in this match. If Jay White has anybody down there with him from the Bullet Club, even if Chris Bay happens to be hanging out down there with him, I have a funny feeling we may see Chris Sabin. And then you might get something at the end with these two men. But is it going to be, is it going to be all, happiness and sunshine and roses between the two of them? Or is it setting something else up? We'll see. But I have a funny feeling that Chris Sabin shows up. I don't think there's going to be a finish in this. I think it'll be a very, very good match. We'll see how Alex is after being gone for a while. If anything, if I had to go a winner, I would think that Jay White would win. But I have a funny feeling that we're going to see Chris Sabin show up for this match at some point. So let's see. Steve G says Jay White. Chad says Jay White. Wally says the same. Alex needs a win. Probably Jay says Heather. He's been in MLW. Okay. Well, I don't watch MLW, so I did not know that. Jay White for the win. MCG might get involved with that tag. Jay White says Aaron. Switchblade Bay says James Chadwick. White isn't losing this soon. Alex Shelley says Brandon Lewis. Former Search and Destroy members. Jay all the way. Schmaz finish. All right, Jeff, what are you thinking?
Oh man, I've got Jay White here. I think it's going to be a great match, though. This could be one that we're saying was the match of the night, potentially. But yeah, I got Jay White here.
Okay. All right, Conrad.
I'm going to take Jay White as well. I was going to go on some crazy fantasy booking rant about Chris Sabin joins the Bullet Club, but I won't even do that. I'll spare you guys. But I'm going to say that Jay White gets the win, and him and Alex Shelley have very similar backgrounds as far as being in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, kind of being seen as the future of pro wrestling at one point. So I think this is going to be a heck of a match, though.
Okay. All right, moving on. What's next?
All right, so we start with our championship matches. First one up is X Division title, Trey Miguel and Jake Something.
I am going right with Jake Something. Listen, this guy has been on a little bit of a roll lately, and I think it's his time. Trey's had that for a little while. Of course, Trey was out for a bit. And circumstances, of course, that happened with his mom and everything like that, which, we wish him all the best. But I don't know. I think it might just be time for a little bit of a change in the X Division. And Jake's really been putting stuff in. So I think it's going to be Jake Something that wins this. Tazzy, what do you think?
Here's the thing. I'm leaning towards Jake, but I'm like, what do you do with Trey after that? Do you have him go towards Moose? Or do you have him in limbo for a minute and then probably during the summer have Trey go against Moose? Look, I've already said who if Moose gonna win or not. I'm gonna stick with Trey. I'm gonna stick with Trey. Just because we have another pay-per-view coming up soon. So that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I would say Jake. But I think there might be a triple threat match coming up at the Rebellion.
Okay. Trey retains, says James. DQ finish, says Steve. Jake says Heather. J-Hub says Trey. Wally says Jake Something. Azan said Ace, and Mike cost Jake Something. Another tough call. I'm leaning Jake. Go ahead, Jeff. What are you thinking?
I see your triple threat, and I raise you an Ultimate X match because I think that's what's coming.
Ooh.
I think that might be what we get at Rebellion. I think we get the likes of Jake Something, Trey Miguel. I think we get Speedball. I think we get
Ace Austin, probably.
And heck, if you want to throw Chris Bay in there, I think we might even get that too. But I think we get a DQ finish here. I don't think we get a clean finish here. Even though I think it's time for Jake to win. He's been on a roll. Um, I don't know. I get the feeling that this is leading to something bigger, and I think that something bigger is over the next match.
Okay, Conrad.
I agree with both of you guys. I feel like this is leading to something else. Which way it goes, I don't know yet. King of the Mountain match, we'll just say. First time ever King of the Mountain X Division title match, just to be different. And yeah, I'm going to go with Trey Miguel here. I don't see a reason why not to. I think they like him a lot, too, because he could have left with his other buddies in MSK. Remember all that was going on at the same time? And Trey Miguel came back and was like, yo, I want to be here. So,
yeah. Yeah, very true. All right, rolling on. What's next?
All right, the Inspiration versus the Influence.
In the battle for Caleb.
And the battle for Caleb and his
my.
interesting attire.
Well, this is one we were supposed to get, and we mentioned that on the show tonight, and we didn't because of COVID problems and stuff like that. So we were supposed to get this match a little bit ago. The whole thing of it is are they ready to take the titles off of the Inspiration? And ultimately, my answer is no. I don't think so. I think that maybe what's going to happen is that Caleb will somehow cost the Influence this match. And you'll see more to that storyline. And I think maybe, Caleb will end up somehow with the Inspiration. Now, Jeff brought up an interesting point, too. Could he be working as a double agent for them? Yes. You can really never trust him. So, but I think the Inspiration retains. I don't think it's time to take the belts off of them just yet. Yeah, so we'll see. And maybe, the Inspiration will they'll probably continue this feud, I would imagine, because of the story that they've got winding with Caleb. So, Inspiration wins. That is my choice. Jeff, go ahead.
I'm going to take the Inspiration to retain. I don't think it's time just yet.
Okay. Wally says Inspiration. Heather says, I don't get the war over Caleb. He has to go away heat with me, or he has go away heat with me. The Inspiration for the win, plus it's Peach's match. Inspiration, says James. James' favorite match. Just kidding. Tazzy, what do you think?
If this was Rebellion, I would say yes, they'll take the titles off of them. But since we have another month, why not keep the titles on and keep the storyline going? Why not? It's Impact.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And Conrad, what do you think?
This is giving me reminders of Sherry Martel, Rick Martel, and Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam '92. This is just some weird, hot, diggity dog, weird action we're going to see here. Like, Caleb's going to play a big part in this match.
Yep.
And I'm going to agree more so with Joe here. I think we can title this chapter of the feud, Caleb's big mess up, we'll say, or F up. Yep. Because I think he's going to cost the Influence, and they're going to get on him and say, like, why do we keep you around? And that'll push him towards the Inspiration.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. James Chadwick. He doesn't have go away heat for James Chadwick. He has another kind of heat for James. Yes. That's awesome. Oh my God. All right. What's next?
All right, another tag team match: the Good Brothers versus Violent by Design.
Man, the Good Brothers and VBD. This is a storyline that's been told for quite some time. Violent by Design lost their titles to these guys, and never got any sort of rematch. So, and you heard Eric Young talking about that. They want their, so it's about time. You point to this, and the whole question is do you think that the Good Brothers are going to lose? We always seem like we go into a pay-per-view saying, well, yeah, maybe it's now, and maybe they're going to lose. I don't know, Conrad. Do you think it's time for the Good Brothers to drop the titles?
No, I give up. I'm going to just pick the Good Brothers just out of bad tag team title pay-per-view records that I have right now. So going with the Good Brothers right now. I don't know what they're doing with this.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I don't think the Good Brothers are going to. Now watch. We'll all say they're going to win, and then they'll lose. because that's just how it goes. Steve says Violent by Design. Heather says Violent by Design. James says the Good Brothers. Jay will help them retain. Wally says Violent by Design. Violent by Design God cost Good Brothers the title. Okay. Good Brothers, Motor City Machine Guns might pop in. Good Brothers retain. Impact will piss us off again. Good Brothers says Chad. Tazzy, what do you think?
Well, I ain't going against these guys. That just be crazy. I'll keep on rooting for the Good Brothers. However, this is going to turn into something bigger for Rebellion. A triple threat match for the tag team titles. The Good Brothers, Five Design, and God. I don't know. Maybe a ladder match. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Hi, Loon. What's up? Good Brothers will win, but it will be a hard-fought match. Good Brothers retain. Good Brothers says Chad. Jeff, what do you got?
You know what? Call me crazy. Violent by Design.
Mm.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Good Brothers get cost as a title, and Violent by Design. Why not?
Wow. Imagine that. After all this time that we just won't pick, we always pick against the Good Brothers, and the time that we don't, maybe they'll win. Okay. What's next?
All right, I'm gonna do something a little bit different here since we didn't have a graphic for this one either. Mickey James against Tasha Steelz.
The rematch for the women's title. And again, you have to look at it as, if you're going towards a storyline with Mickey and Chelsea, and if that is heading to Rebellion, are they going to take the title off of her prior to that, or do you want that to be for the title, and is Chelsea going to win it? I'm going to go with the latter, and I think that Mickey will retain. It'll be a good match, but I think Mickey retains. Now, they could very well work this where Chelsea comes down and interferes and costs Mickey the title, and then it goes on from there. So that could certainly happen, because what we were saying on the show, you really don't have to. She doesn't have to have the title to have that feud. So is it time for Mickey to drop the title? I don't know. I don't think on this pay-per-view in particular. I think that would be maybe on a bit of a bigger show too, I think. So I'm going to go with Mickey James retaining. Jeff, what about you?
You almost talked me out of it because I was going to say Tasha's going to win it just because of the size of the pay-per-view, but maybe you know what? No, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna say Tasha wins. I'm gonna go for the upset here because I think I know we said this before. I don't think the Chelsea Mickey feud needs a title involved. It raises the stakes for sure, but I don't think you need it. So for that reason, because I think we're going there at some point soon, I do think that we get a new champ.
Okay. Heather says Mickey retains. Wally says Mickey. Steve G says Tasha steals. James Grant says Mickey retains again, but at the end Chelsea goes heel. James Chadwick says hardcore country Mickey James. Chad says Mickey James retains. He says Mickey to retain. Who will be the one to take the belt from Mickey? I don't think it will be Chelsea. It will be somebody from the Forbidden Door we didn't see yet. Said the Coug. Okay, Conrad, what are you thinking?
Jeff tried to talk me in, but I got what Joe says making sense. All right. I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I'm gonna go with Mickey James for the win. I feel like they are gonna use that storyline for the championship. I think it'll make it mean a little bit more, and that's kind of the reason why everything's been happening. So I think that's gonna play a big part into it, at least in the beginning of this feud. But we're not there yet. I still think there's time to build this up. So give me Mickey for the win and another good match with Tasha.
Okay, Tazzy.
Whew. This is gonna be crazy. But the only reason I think Tasha wins this match is because this is like the second pay-per-view in a row they actually have this match. I don't, as I've seen Impact from like years, they always don't. They have the next, they have a rematch, and they always change the title after that. So I'm like saying to myself, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna go with Tasha. But the question is, who does Tasha face after that? Like, it's like there's nobody that's like out there right there that's like, hey, because this is a big pay-per-view coming up. Tasha versus who? You know what I mean? So it's like, unless somebody just come out of the blue, like a certain former NXT star out of the blue, just saying, and you know, and yeah, they have that match there. That's a big name. That's a big name to be there. But Tasha for the win.
Okay. All right. Very good. Moving on. What's next?
All right. Last one. Moose versus Heath.
This was interesting when it first started. And I mean, you know, and again, the other thing you got to take into consideration with this is Moose's injury, which we talked about. We discussed on our wrap-up show this past week, and how badly is Moose hurt, and he's wrestling hurt. So are they going to give him a little bit of time off? Is that going to happen now? Is it going to be Heath that's going to be the one? I mean, it looks like, especially after tonight, that Heath is the one coming to the forefront as far as being the guy to kind of stick up for Impact Wrestling. So I don't know, man. I can't bet against Moose. I don't think it's time for him to take a break. I think he'll somehow maybe hopefully make his way up through maybe Rebellion, and then maybe we see him take a break or take some time off. But I don't think Heath's going to win. Heath got the better of him. Usually when that happens, then Moose comes out like a ball of fire and kind of just slaughters the people. So I'm going to go with Moose here over Heath. I think it'll be a pretty good match. It'll be entertaining, but I think Moose retains. Tazzy, go ahead.
Here's the thing. I'm like looking towards the next pay-per-view, and I'm like saying to myself, what's next? I don't really know. It's like everything's up in the air, and I love it because now you're about to get some surprises now. I see Moose, because of the injury, dropping the tire to whoever at the next pay-per-view, not this one. I think he can last until the next pay-per-view. But yeah. I gotta go. I can't. You can't root against Moose. There's no way. It's hard. I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, we mentioned Sammy before too, and Sammy certainly has a bone to pick with Moose as well. So if they're gonna give, if Sammy's gonna come in and hold the charge, and he's gonna be the guy that's gonna go up against Eddie Edwards, then you would kind of maybe think that he might be the guy that might take that title. So yeah, you might have that as a factor too, depending on when Sammy comes back. So Conrad, go ahead.
I think that everyone's playing into the Moose injury a lot. I don't know how bad he's hurt. What is it, torn labrum?
Yeah.
I think Moose is going to be able to power through this. I think he's going to say like, hey, listen, let me just get to the next big pay-per-view show and then I can go out or whatever. I feel like it's only right for Josh to beat him, but we're in a weird predicament now. We have an injury. Josh isn't here. So what are you going to do? Heath winning would be a shock. A shock. Like if I'm in the chat while we're watching this and Heath wins, I'm pretty sure you're going to just see the jaw drop emoji from me. Yeah. But I'm going to go with Moose. I'm going to put my neck out there and just say Moose retains, and we're going to have to wait until the next pay-per-view to see what happens with him.
Yep. Okay. Steve G said Moose. Wally said Moose. James says Moose. Hyloon says Moose. We want Taya, says the Coop. Chad says Moose. I'm going with Heath. Says James. Moose's injury will soon get worse. That's why WWE had Bobby drop his belt to Brock. Brandon says Heath. Swerve would be Heath. Oh yeah, it would be. I'm leaning toward Moose, says the Coog. Steve G says, is the next pay-per-view? Don't know when Sammy's coming back. Breaking news. WWE tryout at WrestleMania has been announced, and also I got Moose winning, and maybe we get some surprises and Good Brothers win. Heath wins, and then he could go into a feud with Honor No More, because after this match, what direction do you go with Moose, who's ready to take on, or who is ready to take on Moose right now? Moose wins and then gets written off at Impact, maybe, and then we get a tournament for the title. Wow, okay. Evil defeats Ishii, says Jeff in the chat. So watching some of that. Mark said, I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night, Mark. All right. And then finally, Jeff, what do you got?
I can't go against my boy Moose, man. I just can't. Not right now. I do think it'll happen soon. I think it'll happen at Rebellion, but right here, right now, I've got Moose for the win.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That is the entire card for Sacrifice, and that is our prediction show and after the Impact for this evening. So make sure you are joining us on Saturday, and we will see how many of these we get right, and in my case, probably how many I'll get wrong. So make sure you come out and check out the show. You can see it right up there. It is in 2 days, March the 5th. It will be Saturday, and we will start at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday night for our Sacrifice watch along. So make sure that you guys come out and check it out. If you haven't done so already, make sure you sub to the channel. If you are new, if you would kindly leave a like on the stream, we would really appreciate that as well. And make sure you hit the notifications button so you know when we will be on next with content. See you guys Saturday. Yes, we will see you, Randy. Adios, says the Coog. All right, guys. So for Tazzy and for Conrad, of course, make sure you check out Tazzy's stuff on his channel, and make sure you check out Everything Pro Wrestling as well, especially this coming Sunday after the AEW big pay-per-view. So check that out. And for Jeff and myself, hopefully we will see you all on Saturday for Sacrifice. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Enjoy the wrestling tomorrow. You got SmackDown and you have Rampage as well. So enjoy that, and be kind to one another. Stay safe, and hopefully we will see you all again soon. Good night, everybody.